France truly burying the hatchet. What a campaign this has been. I mean, I know it's not over. I still need to destroy France. But it's been pretty fun. And pretty short as well. I think there's something to be said for doing more shorter campaigns. Actually, I turned to the 608 view. Is there a preference to how you want these streams? It doesn't make that much difference because in the end, Jake always streams whatever he wants. And if Jake wanted to turn this into a Minecraft 24/7 stream, then that's what would happen. But thankfully he does not. Okay, here we go. France and Tuscany. Yeah, they look allied for the time being, but they just took a whole bunch of land that... Okay, France has no interest in it now. That's a shame. I was hoping they would have fallen out over that. I'll take military complacency, I think. The next one is not a big one. And I need somewhere to Voska my military points. Preferably somewhere that is cheap to do it. And has a conscription, not a conscription center, a training field. So we got somewhere nice and cheap. What is even this province? I don't know. How about a Dutch province? Can't go wrong with the Dutch, right? That is not Dutch. Wait, Oldenburg isn't Dutch, is it? That would be the daftest thing. Of course not, it's Westphalian. I want this to be easier. I want this to be much easier. The Dutch won't stay accepted forever, that's something I need to accept. But French provinces will remain in the same group forever. Done and done right. Integrate Utrecht already, of course. How could I forget? They're chewing up my valuable Diplo points. They'll probably get Vosked quite quickly into my realm. Okay. Spanish conquest. Spain is calling in me, Bohemia, and the Pope. This is not ideal, my friend, because now you're fighting Tuscany. Wait. Tuscany did not join. Sweden might. Yeah, you are fighting Sweden and Venice, but otherwise this is pretty good. The only downside is it's not me that's declaring this war. Well, time to paint the map with what I desire, which is, you know, France. I don't care about Alsace, I don't think that's part of the French region. Of course not. And we're here to unite the French region, right? Well, it's go time. It was always going to be go time. Jake, dow your own war. Don't trust Spain. So you're saying I break my alliance with Spain and declare my own war upon France. And you think Tuscany would join in on that, don't you? I mean, this would mean completely getting rid of Spain. I hope they wouldn't see this too badly. I should spend all my favors getting it up with them. And then I would declare war on France, calling in Tuscany. Can't declare wars whilst I have a pending call to arms, but I can make a good guess as to whether or not Tuscany would join in. Tuscany is friendly, so they probably wouldn't. Well, they almost certainly wouldn't. They're married with France as well, so it's not much of a bonus for me to do that. Jake, you don't need no filthy Iberians. Plus Tuscany has a truce, yeah, because something went on there. Spain would get demolished pretty quick without my help. You know, although Spain has been pirating me to hell and back, I think I owe it to them to actually fight this. The trouble is we're split. France just has to look in one direction and destroy Spain, then look in the other and destroy me. But the Pope is involved, and the Pope carries a lot of weight in all of this. He's got a huge amount. Hopefully Sweden don't carry a lot of weight, because Sweden don't have far to walk to come and destroy me. That's the hope, at least. Oh well, I'm gonna join in for guts and glory. Yeah, numerically we have the advantage, at least for now. But it would be beneficial of me to erect a swift army. Could probably do a mercs. Don't want to kill my manpower too quickly. But where am I even going to go? Because this place is chock full of fort. I'd probably stick to the north. We're doing fine on the military tech, so let's grab ourselves a half-decent general. Wow! I'm impressed. I'm glad we started that integration when we did, not a moment too soon. It's good to cut off an enemy as quickly as one can. Even if he's going to just destroy these units. It puts a bit of pressure onto the guy. Just a bit. Not a lot. Oh, hello, that's a French army. Let's rethink that use of our mercenaries, shall we? Get them all over here. Utrecht, please don't do what you're currently doing. It'd be considerably better if you just stuck to me. So I do think France is going to slap down Castile in a hurry. I strongly suspect that the Swedes are going to come in and do nasty things to me as well. But this is exciting. This is what we're here for, right? Be aware of the sneaky Swedes. Oh, I have been aware of sneaky Swedes since I got to this godforsaken country. Okay, look at that. Just Vasca Spanish. But we're making some good headway here, thanks to plenty of artillery. If we take this and we take the capital, we might make some good headway here. Especially about making our way south, because we need to clear through all these nasty forts that they have. Champagne is... oh, there we go. That's what we need. Onwards to Paris. Still, I'm not seeing any Swedes. I'm not seeing any Swedes at all. It's lovely. And France has done a terrible mistake and not updated their forts. That means they're crumbling. Like France is about to. And I should get plenty of... Did anyone catch to see if Spain had promised me land? I bet they hadn't, because these are Spanish we're talking about. Apparently I haven't contributed jack to this war. Oh, they're mobilizing hard. But I can mobilize harder. I'm not even going to try to. Remember who are the true Frenchmen, Jake. Oh, I know. He even says so in my ideas. He's doing the same to me as I did to him with capping high development undefended provinces. And unfortunately for me, Normandy is well defended. Good. Also good, I'll take that. Yeah, it's just more infantry, more for the meat grinder. Okay, the Pope's getting involved, which is good. Are not getting involved, which is also good. But what isn't so good is that my north is completely not defended. It's got some really crappy forts. Sweden is fairly big and, fortunately, also dealing with Salzburg and some other joker. I don't care if France get a little miffed at me. Oh dear. Can I declare holy war yet? Swedes. They're never good news. Does the AI ever promise you land? They do. It is something that they can do. I should do is detach the non-mercenary forces just so I know that they are different. Not sure what I'll do with them just yet. I remember early builds of this game, I would just march around looting and looting. Aren't those the days? I'll get you in Berry, but I need to push south. Bourbon, I need that fort down. Goodbye, France. You caused me a lot of pain, and now I'm going to kill you. Oh, yeah, he can see the mistake he's made. Wish I could press on, but this fort keeps me in check. I wonder if he's going to... If he moves up north to try to attack me, then I get him. And he is. He's going for Berry. It's a shame. I'd rather hang around in Bourbon. Heck, I could even just leave behind a single manny there. But he's going for Berry. Oh, he knows it. And he's locked in. It's grasslands. He will cross a river, and he will get river crossing penalty. Good fight. Good night. We are the true freaking heck. Those are Swedes. He's got that discipline, alright. Wonder if I have any policies whatsoever that can help me out here. Not a single one of those will help. Swedes force marching their way into kicking my ass, which is fairly unfortunate. Fall back. If ever there was a sign that I needed to get more on the way, because more is more. Good night, we are the true Frenchmen, Jake says as his troops are getting destroyed. Sad but true. Alright, we fall back, but only for now. Basically, I want everybody that isn't part of that to group over here. I even think this province has fairly low supply, but again, only for now. And that's pretty much most of their army grouped together there. The Spanish and the Papal troops together, keeping themselves occupado. And it's all I can do to survive. I think I'll separate peace if I can. Might be a little tricky. Oh, especially with that aggressive expansion. But I do want to balkanize France to my own grand design. So what is this? 5? Is that all? Those guys are hanging around there just keeping Co and Alençon together. Since just by controlling Co I give myself a nice chunk of the English Channel. Not as much as I would like, but when is it ever? That was disappointing though. Defending in Berry. It was only grasslands, but still disappointing. Before I march back down, I should probably get myself fully reinforced. Or at least as fully as I can allow myself. Okay, that's promising. They managed to beat back the accursed Swedes. Hopefully they get sent packing quite a while away. That'll have to do me. Onwards to Bourbon. Back them up from... Berry is a poor place to back them up, because yeah, they are of course just going to attack us in Berry. Namur might be better then. At least they have to swing around to a degree. And of course grab a couple and occupy those provinces. It hurts them economically. Hits their manpower, hits them everywhere. What, Jake, you don't want to get Luxembourg out of this war? I want everything I can get my hands on out of this war. But anything that weakens France helps me out here. They're no longer allied to Tuscany, which is really the biggest problem there was there. Dechty Swedes. Jake, I wish they made diplomats cost money so you would stop ignoring them. Why? No, basically. Here's the thing, I know I could be playing a lot better if I was using my diplomats, but there are so many ways that I could be playing better. I just don't do it. Can I even get involved in this war? Frankfurt wants me to help against Poland and Bosnia. I'm allied with Poland. Poland's a better friend than you've ever been, Frankfurt. Go away. This is kind of nice, because I should be able to stack wipe you, like you're not even there. Well, I guess you have to have more than 10 to 1 for that to work. Or maybe it takes into account the first day of battle, but there we go, that's another fort. That's good from you. France, I would quite like to fight you fairly. But I would rather fight you with loads of mercs on the front line and then I'll back them up. Nah, I'm just kidding, I got plenty of manpower. Let's fight mano a mano. Oh well, time to go oligarchic. Chase down and destroy the last of their armies, I'll have so much less to worry about. Well, better help me out there, Pope man. Carefully planned, you see. Carefully planned, even though these dechty Swedes are getting involved. If we kill and keep moving. Now we are a bunker buster here. I should use some crackdown Poitou and Normandy, and then they'll have nowhere to go. Jake Frankfurt is Emperor of Greyskin, don't stand beside him. Well, Poland will like me a bit more because I refuse to join in against them, but it still hurt their trust. I want to top that up a little bit. I don't want to be seen as some kind of untrustworthy scum. Especially not from my prime supporter down in Italy. Ah, but he took Savoy. I'm going to have to fight him for that. At least during late game, there's so much more expanding you can do in the time. Come on, Bunker Buster. Live up to your name that I've just given you now. Also, isn't it a good thing we invested in all those ideas that allow us to reduce war exhaustion super cheaply? 35 is a very low price. Okay, my war score with them is only 10%. Coming down to who occupies the forts. Or rather, for me, if I want war score, I need to occupy the forts. Such petty things as defeating people in battle is not going to cut it. Really glad the Pope is involved, though. The Pope's been on a rampage. Pope's been on a rampage here. Realize Anjou was a fort here, so let's bunker bust it and kill and keep moving. Dechty French. Jake Millcap, I'm seeing it. A little late, but I am seeing it. Armor, it's a nice sounding place. Let's bump it up. See, nothing to it. It was all part of my plan to surround, contain, and then ultimately destroy France. Some people thought it just wasn't going to happen. And when I purposefully let them coalition me, of course that was to destroy their alliance with Castile. And I'm always purposefully letting my admin points cap out, as well as all the other points. Because the game just wouldn't be the same amount of challenge without doing that. How do I even... yeah, Nevers is going to be the next France, right? I'll give it a university while we're at it. Doesn't answer what I can do with this. Can always stab up for the hell of it. Nah, there's a province around here that we like, right? Yeah, you look pretty good. Issue is, Spain want lots of land, and they're probably just going to take it. Well, we'll do what we can. I don't think I'll separate peace, actually. I'll just grab as much war score as I can. Maybe if I get down here and occupy some of this... No, there's still plenty for Spain to take on their own. Bunker Buster living up to its name. Jake, you need Luxembourg for some reason, don't forget. I've already marked it as vital interest. Don't know why Aachen is, I don't care about Aachen. It's not part of anywhere that matters. Speaking of not mattering, soon I'll be able to gobble up what's left of Burgundy. I don't think my aggressive expansion is doing terribly badly. I've been nice and peaceful, right? Oh, it's pretty much gone. And with administrative efficiency, it gets cheaper to take all those provinces, which is also nice. So the enemy is more or less gone. There's not much point in me keeping all these very expensive mercenaries. Let's get them out of here. Musca. Oh no, it's better to focus all efforts in one and then move along. That said, though, don't need all these guys sitting taking attrition when just artillery will do. So relaxing. And that was the plan for this entire campaign, just a nice relaxing game as Nevers. So relaxed that we can just let that admin points cap out like nobody's business. Admin cap again. Ooh. Average claims again. I'll go with that though. Henriette, it seems. I don't know why this targets provinces that have that autonomy, it doesn't matter. The bourgeoisie won't be happy, but when are they ever happy? Alright, Bunker Buster, keep doing what you do best. Busting bunkers. And with this, Nevers is now cheaper to develop. So develop it we shall. It's got to be grander than Paris. Okay, Paris is up at 43, that might be a bit of a task. There we go, that is Venice removed from the equation. Venice gives 10% of their money and some ducats. And I get 114 of those, so thanks a bunch for that. Breda or... I don't care about peasants. And they're protected by a fort in Breda, so... The peasants are revolting. France will cede 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 provinces to Spain, 1 to the Papal States, diddly squat to Nevers. Spain. Spain. You sack of dirt, Spain. I don't like you. We're not friends. Man. Oh, right. Would help if I did not send all my artillery balls first into rebels. That murders your units, but I wasn't paying attention there. Nothing unusual about that, but yeah, I just lost huge amounts of artillery. It's going to be very expensive to replace. Okay. Merc, go home. The rest of you split in half. And we're kinda good. But I'm going to have to ravage France on my own next time. Also, I'm going to have to fight Spain even harder later, because they've now taken quite a bit of land inside the French region. Oh, you and me, we're going to have so much fun together. Spain. Yeah, truce with Burgundy just ended, and what a coincidence, Burgundy also just ended. There's good old Bunker Buster when I need him. Wow, Jake, told you to declare your own war. Yeah, I could have given up Spain and declared my own. Probably would have been better. But at least now I know I can fabricate loads of claims on France, and they're going to die for it. It's a shame we're so far away from imperialism. So yeah, I'm just going to be claiming everything I can. Do I have any friends that just don't matter anymore? I guess Brandenburg, why are they even there? I don't need little friends anymore. That said, it is kinda cute having you. And that's the end of you, nobody cares. It's funny, I thought I already force converted them a while back, but I could be wrong. I could be so wrong about so many things. It was kind of concerning the rate at which the Swedes came down. Frankfurt demanding unlawful territory from me? Are you kidding? He's not kidding, but he can go and do one. Check how viable is dismantling the HRE right now. Another question is how viable is it going oligarchic? Do I like them more if I get fleet basing rights? I do. It's almost worth it because I really, really want to go oligarchic. Sure, our air is really good, but I just want to go oligarchic. Lose force stability? No problem. Vasca stability. And what's nice is I can get the recover negative stability, and I can do it with relative ease. It's expensive to boost it, but I have admin to spare. Super expensive because of lack of Republican tradition. And then we'll get it up from beautifying those local states. Easy peasy. Convert Brabant to Catholic also.